Okay, so let's start up here. Let's talk about this. So one, that battery's got to be replaced. It's done. It won't hold a charge. I might drain it and try to revitalize it. You've heard that process where they recycle these batteries. I don't know. I got all the equipment and stuff to do it. It's just easier sometimes just go get a battery, but I do like to keep cost in mind. And I like doing all these things where they're affordable for the regular guy, the working man. So you don't have to go buy $150 batteries. So anyway, I don't like this intake. It was suggested to me, and it's a very good suggestion, get rid of these cold air intakes, figure out something else, because this is Arizona desert, and all the dirt and stuff that we're pumping up in there, we're going to shorten the life of those engines. So we're going to modify that a little bit. And of course, we're going to do the service on the engine and the transmission, filters. This radiator is going to get drained and flushed back out as well. This is all going to get cleaned up under here as well. So and we'll walk around. Now this one already has a 2-inch body lift and a 2-inch suspension lift, the budget lifts. So, and these struts right here, I'm gonna have to figure it out. These struts, I got these off of, I want to say some Pontiac model. I don't want to say it was a Firebird, Sunbird or something like that. And it really messed up my camber, but they are strong as hell. So you can see they don't require the puck in the top on the lift. So there's your body lift down here. So that's all done. These fenders have been significantly modified and brought out. I think a regular fender only goes to right about here. And you see I've had to cut this before. I cut all that out to handle the big 33s and the weird places that we end up going sometimes. So shop light was put on, maybe 3, 4, no, you know what? 5, 6 years ago. Yeah, 5, 6 years ago, the shop light was put on. Windshield's gonna have to get replaced in it. Got a big crack on that one. And then I'm probably, on the interior here, we're probably gonna do, is I really liked the simple panels, door panels that we did on the 94, the tan hardtop that we just did. And I'm probably gonna do the same thing on this one as well. But the difference is, this is a JLX model, and it comes with the power windows and power door locks. So I might be able to take this whole control piece off and mount it over the EVA foam that we're going to use for the door panels. We'll try to do that. So this steering wheel, I think I got another adapter kit. It's probably going to come off just from sitting in the heat. This popped off, but I will say I do like these items that still have the Suzuki nameplate on them. I'm not a brand person. First thing I normally do is I take all the branding material off of it, because what I end up with out on the trail is not what came from the factory. So I'm not promoting some factory shit. So, but I do like this Suzuki thing only because, they don't make these, they don't sell these in the States anymore. And so there may be something to that. Now, this one had already been modified before. As you can see it down here in the bottom. I have aftermarket gauges I put in there because you can't always trust these little analog gauges up here. So some backup gauges help a lot. Toggle switches up here for different lights and things like that. So start button right here, which is actually hooked up. The start button's actually right here because the ignition switch went out. So the ignition switch is gonna have to be changed if I want to go that far with it, or I might make another set of controls for it. So all the work has been done on the floor, but it doesn't matter. These seats are coming out. These seats are coming out today. So, and this right here, all this bubbled up real bad from sitting in the sun for years. And so that window tint is coming out. All this garbage in the back is out. As you can see, we got the boat parts out of this thing and put back in the boat. But we're gonna do the same thing back here, and I'm gonna take these panels off and I'm gonna put the EVA foam panels that we did on the tan one, on that 94. I'm gonna do the same thing on that one. There'll also be a box back here and a deck, just like on the 94. In fact, the box out of the 94 originally came in here because this was the go-to rig. This rig always ran point. That's why it has the big bumpers on it, because the point rig is the one that's knocking everything down. It's the one that's busting through the brush and knocking the little trees down, that kind of stuff. So this one ran point all the time. Led the way, everybody else followed this one. So again, over here, these are coming out. No seats in the back, that's coming off. EVA panels across there. So looks like the headliner's okay. Might be sagging a little bit. Might do something with that if that's an issue. So again, we'll redo this. This doesn't look like it's so bad, but I'll need a couple of bags of these bumper stops here, and we'll get those done. Bumpers are gonna stay. I'm keeping those brush busters on there. Window tints coming off. Spare tire may have to be adjusted depending on the tires we end up with. Antennas, fuel tanks. Same here. This is a mess. These are nasty. So we'll do the same thing on this one as well. So anyway, you know, I got to say something about these seats. So this is an 89. So this is like 24, 25 years old. These seats are so firm and so comfortable after all these years. They still hold up. And this one right here is not even torn. This one's got some separation right there. I might try to fix that back up. So they're more than likely they're going to get seat covers to put on them anyway. I like the seat covers because I can pull them off and wash them. You know, these are okay. Like I said, it's a good strong foundation, and it's actually a good seat. Kind of holds you in real good here. So even a bigger guy like me, I might have bent this one a little bit, but I can fix it. So, and we're gonna have to put in, of course, a cool red dome light. That's got to happen. This is gonna get a cargo net just like the 89 or the 94 did. It's gonna get that as well. And then on the paint, let me back up this here a little bit. So on the paint, I have got a couple of ideas on a paint scheme for this. Now, most of my colors are kind of, I don't know, military oriented, I suppose, you know, and that's just, you know, I'm one of those tired old burnout veterans from long ago, and I've always been fond of the military colors, and because it just happened to be a lot of the desert colors. That's why you see the tan one on the other one. This one was a green with a heavy camouflage on it that we did with rattle can. So we're gonna do this one again with rattle can as well. But I've got some interesting schemes that I've been seeing that I'm gonna look at, and we're probably gonna paint this a certain way. And I'll show you how to prep that and prep this metal and stuff so that you can spray it with some rattle can and you can get some, you know, long time out of the rattle can. Like this was painted, you know, probably 6 years ago, and you can see it's pretty well faded, but there's no clear on this, there's nothing. It was just the paint right out of the can, that's it. And it's set there and baked in this sun, and it's done just fine. So, but I've got some interesting schemes that I'm gonna put on here. I'm gonna try it and bring it into a little bit more modern day look to it. So, and then what else do I gotta do? You'll notice on this one, there are no shocks in here. So the shocks are off of this. And so I'm gonna have to get some shocks. I'm thinking about some coilovers, but we'll take a look and see what the budget does for it. Because again, everything we do, I try to keep it affordable. So it's gotta be, you know, cost efficient, you know, and time effective when we're doing this kind of stuff too. So today's a lot of stuff that's gonna get done. Oh, another thing's gonna get done is that fuel tank's coming out. That fuel tank's actually coming out today as well. So today's interior is gonna get gutted, and that fuel tank's coming out. I'm not stopping until those things are done. And that carpet's gonna come out as well, and it's gonna get pressure washed and cleaned up. And that's what today's agenda is all about. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, so it took me about, you know, probably better part of an hour, but she's stripped out now. So this is your 89 tin top. It's all stripped out. All the carpet's out. Panels are out.